Welcome to Xtreme Calorie Burner 2 Tour of the High Desert. And we're rolling along in beautiful Reno, Nevada. This is a really nice route that I put together, or a ride I put together. And every week I'd have a Wednesday ride. It's about 40 miles. And I called it the Cold Stone ride because they just opened up a Cold Stone in Sparks. We were real excited about it. Now there's like 8 of them. But we're just rolling down here on a road called Mayberry, heading east away from the Sierra Nevadas. Right behind us. And this is a nice flat road, a little bit downhill, but we're just gonna get our heart rate into the aerobic zone, and without pedaling too hard, just keep that cadence right around 80-85. And we'll just keep working it until our heart rate slowly comes up to the indicated 74%. Well, as you can see from the hill profile on the top of the graphs there, that's the top graph. Now we got a little climb coming up. It's about a 1,000-foot climb. We're not going to hit it too hard, but hard enough to get our heart rate into the red. And you can see just below the hill profile the heart rate indicator, and that give us a nice preview of what's about to come. And you'll notice that as the climb begins, our efforts lift into the red zone. Now we're going to max out, what, about 92% of max is the hardest we're going to go. So this ride it's not too tough. The first disc here is probably the toughest. And then the second DVD is real gentle. So this is a real nice way to get your body ready to work and ready to burn some fuel. So we'll be talking a little bit about burning calories and heart health and a bunch of fun stuff. So let's just keep that cadence easy. And actually, on today's ride, we have a guest with us. Not on the audio, unfortunately, but riding with us in the video. And he's a client. And we were just going for a nice leisurely ride. Wanted to get some miles on. She did awesome, even though this is a fairly tough route. So she'll pop in and out of the video. And there'll be a few places where I'm going a little faster than her, so we have to take a few breaks and rests to allow for a catch-up. So you'll notice the gear ratios are actually kind of high on this workout, but we're keeping the cadences lower. And so we're really just focusing on a nice warm up here. It's a nice long warm up. And when we get to the UNR campus, it'll get a little tougher. So let's just lift that effort up a little bit, and we'll get our heart rate into the higher 70s. This is a great ride in August. It was kind of warm, but it was beautiful. And so we're right underneath us on this bridge. It's the Truckee River. Be off to our right now. So now let's up our resistance a little bit. And we're actually working our way into downtown Reno. This is a really pretty part of town. A lot of people think Reno is just a gambling town, and yeah, there's a lot of gambling. But you know, there's a lot about the city that a lot of people don't know. It's got a lot of beauty, great outdoor recreations. They revamped the river here downtown and turned it into a kayak park. And on the way back, we'll actually ride through downtown. And you get a look at the renovations and restorations they did in the central business district. And coming to a stop sign. So we need to lighten up the resistance. And really, let's just emulate this ride. Make it feel like we're on a nice weekend ride. Beautiful sun. Roads aren't too horribly busy. So when we come to stoplights, we take off some resistance. And when we leave this stoplight, let's add on a little extra resistance as though we're actually starting and stopping from a standstill. So pile on some resistance here. And accelerate, get our speed up a little bit. And then let's drop our resistance down so that we're back into a nice relaxed spin. And we're starting a little climb out of here, and it's going to get steep for just a short period of time. I'll let you know when to throw on a lot of resistance. So it really just jumps up at you, and we're going to get out of the saddle and hustle up to the top. So let's pile on some resistance here. Get our speed up. Fun with and lower it. You can see that little hill coming up there. Let's pop it in our big gear up front here. Get our heart rate up to 80%. It's getting steeper, so add some resistance. A little bit more. Right after this bridge, let's do a 10 out of 10. Come out of the saddle and get your butt up the hill. Right here, let's go. Out of the saddle. 10 out of 10. Pop it up. Making a right turn. Heart rate's lifting. And come back down. Take off some resistance. And flattening out. We'll start the descent here. Yeah, let's just soft pedal. Soft pedal or coast. Stand up, stretch it out. Let the heart rate slowly fall back down. Now, whether you're using this DVD as a recovery ride or as a ride for calorie burning, fat loss, weight loss, the principles are the same. And not enough people, I should say, or cyclists who have been playing the game for a long time. Little hill climb here. Not a lot spend enough time in the green. We tend to, every time we go out, we just hammer and don't dedicate it enough time to recovery. And recovery is just crucial to allow your body to function in the aerobic zone. Burn fat, burn calories, lose a little weight. So this ride is dedicated to that. And the beauty of this says that this first workout, or this first disc, big gear up front. Got a little climb here. We're gonna get out of the saddle again and get up over the top. It's short. Again, the beauty of this disc is that for this workout is that we get our heart rate up, and our body knows that it's got some work ahead of it. And it starts actually drawing lots of nutrients and energy from cells as a result of the difficulty. And then as we get into the aerobic zone, that's when you just start really burning fat calories. So come on, 10 out of 10 here. Over the top. Now let's bring it down here. Rest a little bit. Another climb coming up. And these little interval sets here are just great for sparking the body into action. Big gear up front. Add some resistance, get ready to get out of the saddle. Here we go, let's go. Back up to 90%, let's go. I'm doing this right along with you. Apologize for the heavy breathing, but I'm staying faithful to the workout, so I hope you are too. Take some resistance off. And here's a little tour of where we've just gone. Downtown. Here we are. Right at McCarran. McCarran is a busy road that goes around the entire city. Or we're almost at McCarran. Next stoplight. This is Virginia Street. It's the main drag and turns into Highway 360. So this turns into a nice steady climb. And we'll just be raising up the rate here a bit, heart rate. What I want you to be aware of while you're riding, because this is a weight loss workout, key to that is the duration of the ride. And if you get too tired and the workout becomes too difficult, where you have to quit after 30 minutes, there's not much benefit with respect to weight loss. You're still, even if that happens, you're still getting a good heart workout, so you're helping to build your cardiac muscle. And 30 minutes a day is really, it's all you need, or it's what the American Heart Association recommends. And if you can do 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, you're actually in the top 50% of fit people, or people who actually do that amount of activity. 50% of this country does not work out 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, 2.5 hours a week. So if you're just doing 30 minutes today, 30 minutes tomorrow, so on and so forth, and you keep that schedule up, you're at the top of your class already. But if you want to take the workout to the next level and actually use this to lose weight, then you have to put on saddle time. And this is getting a little steeper here. Heart rate's starting to shoot up. But what I was going to say is that if the workout gets too difficult, and you can't complete the duration, then you need to lighten the load a little bit and go a little easier. There's a lot of studies about, what level of exercise is required to lose weight. A lot of studies say zone 1, zone 2. So if you're working out in zone 1, you're between 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. Zone 2 is 70 to 80%. We're at 90% right now, so we're entering into the red zone, which if you spend too much time up here, it's going to be hard to get those miles in to lose weight. But other studies, sorry, I'm having a hell of a time. Other studies show that high anaerobic levels, more intense activity, burns more calories. And there's truth to that. But you may not be burning the calories you want to burn. You want to be targeting carbohydrates, glycogen, body sugars, and when we're anaerobic like this, we're not. But what we're doing is shocking the system to actually put out more energy than the workout will demand when we actually lower the efforts. So there's a little more hill climb left. Not going to talk too much. If you're having a conversation, you're probably not working out hard enough. A little break here. This actually looks steep, but it's not. Don't forget to drink. Instead of your body using the water to create energy, burn calories, it's using it to sweat. And so, again, these higher efforts are not ideal for weight loss, but they are ideal for strengthening your heart and your legs so that you can keep pedaling, go further distances, and put more time on the bike. And that's essential for what we're trying to accomplish here. Slowly start increasing our effort here. Heart rate's going to go up a little bit, back up to 90-ish. Big gear up front. Nice climbing gear, between 70 to 80 RPM for your cadence. Should be really feeling positive resistance to your legs. If you're on a spin bike, the flywheel shouldn't be carrying your legs around. Take off some resistance. Yeah. I'm gonna rest up to the light, stoplight, or we're just gonna pedal a little easier, bring our heart rate down. When we make that left turn at the light, it's the steepest part of the entire ride. And we'll be shooting up to, I think, 94% of max. And then the efforts become a little easier and more gradual. Less interval. All right. Start going into bigger gear here. One click at a time. Should emulate the hill nicely. One click, 5 seconds. Ten out of 10. Let's wait for the out of the saddle character, because we want to really work our leg muscles here. Stay seated. Watch your cadence. Doesn't have to be that high. Just getting the pedals over at this resistance should get your heart rate up. All right, out of the saddle. Let's go. And back down. When you see the 7-Eleven, you're almost to the top, where you are at the top. At the 7-Eleven. Hill shallows out a little bit here. Just take a turn off of resistance. And then it gradually steepens up again. If you need to take a breather, pause the video right when we stop. Otherwise, let's keep going. You're a flyover. The flag has been Bonanza Casino. And we're at the top.
How to use the dash. The dashboard is composed of a number of different tools that provide data which allow you to emulate the physical demands of the ride. The first and most important tool on the dash is the effort meter. The effort meter provides a graphical representation of how hard you should be working during a specific part of the ride. In this video, we're ascending a small climb while trying to keep a good pace for other riders behind us. Watch how the effort increases as we continue to ascend. The effort meter is color-coded to help you quickly know what zone you should be training in, be it the weight loss zone, aerobic zone, anaerobic zone, or red zone. Each zone is based on a percentage of your maximum effort. Blue, which is below 70%, is your weight loss zone. Green, between 70 to 79% of max, is your aerobic zone. Yellow, between 80 to 89% of max, is your anaerobic zone. And red, from 90 to 100% of max, is your red zone. Be aware that the difficulty of each video is greatly dependent on the time spent in each zone. At the top of the effort meter is your heart rate goal displayed as a percentage of your max. Percent of max is calculated as your actual heart rate divided by your max. This value can be used to challenge yourself further by teaching your body how to precisely regulate efforts. Some heart rate monitors allow you to input your max heart rate and then automatically calculate your percentage of max. The gear ratio and resistance indicator provides you with two ways to determine what gear or what resistance you should be working at. The gear ratio is the best way to make changes in resistance if you're on your bike and trainer. With shifters, you can quickly make changes to gearing to simulate changes in pedaling effort. This animation provides an idea of how the gear ratio works. Notice how above the blue line, the numbers are ascending from 1 to 10. This corresponds to the gear that's in your rear cassette. Below the blue line are the two rings in the front, 42 being the small ring, 52 being the large. The resistance value is a tool to be used if you're on a spin bike. Most spinners are comfortable with a 1 to 10 scale used in classes. Basically, a 1 is a soft pedaling, easy spin resistance, whereas a 10 is a slow, leg-churning, difficult grind where you have to force the crank arms to turn. The cadence value allows you to identify what your pedaling cadence should be. While the cadence, resistance, and heart rate indicators attempt to synchronize, often it's difficult to match everything at the same time. Start out using either cadence or resistance while matching the effort goals. Much like the effort tool, the power tool provides a graphical representation of how much power the cyclist is producing during a given time. The power tool is a nice alternative or backup to the resistance and gear ratio tools. The power tool is a much more accurate way to identify sudden changes in power. At the top of this tool is a number that reflects a percentage of maximum power. What is maximum power, you might ask? This is a little bit more tricky. Unlike max heart rate, your max power is a minimum average over a given time interval. For example, suppose you're sprinting for the finish line. The competition is fierce, and you're out of the saddle hustling for all you're worth. You cross the finish 30 seconds after you begin your sprint and then rest. Now, suppose you're looking at the power profile for this effort. You might discover that the first 5 seconds you're generating about 800 watts. During the next 5 seconds, you're generating 750 watts. And then after that, 700 watts, and so on. As you get tired, your power slowly tapers off. Finding your max power over 30 seconds is simply an average power output over that 30-second interval. This is a much more accurate means of finding your max than trying to find an instantaneous max power output. Your percentage of max is calculated by dividing your current power output by your max. Most power computers can automatically generate the percentage of max value for you. The dashboard has 3 graphs. These are a really cool way to find out where you're located along the timeline of the ride. The graphs are divided by a bar, showing you where you're located along them. The top graph displays a hill profile. The middle graph displays the effort profile, and the bottom displays the power profile. Keeping your eyes on these are a great way to identify changes as they approach. The moving map provides some nice information about where you're cycling. Roads, topography, landmarks, rivers, lakes, and more can be identified so you don't feel lost on the ride. Also note, north is always up. I'm done. Have a great workout.